If you're looking around at your life as it is today and you're thinking, this can't be it, there's got to be more for me. You're right, there is more. Okay. So if you're feeling unfulfilled and you're feeling stuck, recognize that that is just step one to a process of getting your breakthrough. Today, we're going to talk about 10 steps to getting a breakthrough in your life. But first, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. When I was 41, I quit my job as a hospital pharmacy technician to travel for a year on savings. Now I am a year-round house sitter, and I'm the creator of House Sitter School, and I help Black women take a sabbatical or move abroad on a budget. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so that you'll be notified when I post a new video. Welcome. All right, so I'm house sitting in Lake Chapala, Mexico right now. I am where I am today in my life at a place of peace of mind and a place of not feeling stuck because I have worked through the process of feeling stuck. When I was a hospital pharmacy technician, I used to come home from work. I worked night shift. I would come home from work in the morning. I would pull out a calculator and I would calculate how many of this exact same day am I going to have to live through before I get to enjoy life, before I get to retire and live, right? That's what I used to do when I was 41. Like I had a lot of years to go, a lot of repeating that same day. And then one day someone opened up my eyes, right? I went on a vacation and some people were like, you can do this. You can quit your job. You can travel for a year. You can go back to work. I did that for a little while. And then I was like, well, let's find a new way to keep it going. Getting unstuck for me was a matter of recognizing that I didn't want to stay where I was and then finding out what other people were doing to live the life that was the life of my dreams, right? Getting advice from people who were living the life of my dreams. So whatever your dream is, or if you don't even know what that dream is, I think that we can work through this today. Like, not kidding. I think that we can work through this today. If you will take a second and go to vicarious.com/breakthrough and download these 10 steps. Okay, I love steps. I know it sounds really simplistic, but I love having steps to work through. If you go to vicarious.com/breakthrough, download the 10 steps to a breakthrough worksheet and then work this along with me. We can work on this, okay? We can make progress. Tony Robbins, who I'm not a huge fan of, I'm dog sitting and the dog just decided he didn't want to sit with me anymore. Tony Robbins, who I'm not a huge fan of, says that, but I do agree with this thing that he says. He says that happiness is hope plus progress. Okay, so in 10 steps, we can form for ourselves a hope and some progress. I'm not a life coach. I'm just a person who has worked through a breakthrough, who has gone from being a pharmacy technician who was not living to a house sitter who is living her dream. This video is basically a response video to a much longer video I did called If You're Feeling Unfulfilled and Stuck, 10 Steps to a Breakthrough, a Life Breakthrough, I think it's called. That video is really long and I don't want you to miss out. So I made this shorter version of the video so that you'll get this good info. But at the end of this video, I'll link to that longer video because it was really helpful. There is a community of women who got together to share where they currently are, where they're going, how they decided on what they wanted for themselves, for their lives, and how they've gotten breakthroughs in the past. So that video is super helpful. It's just really long. And so this is kind of like an intro to that video. It's an intro video and it's a response video because it's also me showing you myself going through these 10 steps that we worked out together a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up my worksheet so that we can walk through together what I did for these, steps to get my own breakthrough. You might feel like you need a breakthrough for your entire life. I need a breakthrough in one particular area of my life because I love what I do as a house sitter and be the creator of House Sitter School. And because I am getting to travel, even with COVID, I'm getting to travel as a house sitter. Those parts of my life are doing well, right? They're functioning well. My job is good. Travel life is good. What I need a breakthrough in is personal stuff, personal life stuff. I don't really have hobbies. I said I don't really have hobbies. I don't have a hobby. I need a hobby. I need some things that I enjoy doing just for the sake of doing, not for the sake of like making money and not for the sake of helping other people. I need some selfish stuff, right? Some stuff that is focused on me. So that's what I'm focusing on in terms of these 10 steps for this breakthrough. Step number one for getting a breakthrough is to give yourself some grace for where you are today. You don't need to shame yourself or be angry with yourself or embarrassed for needing a breakthrough, because we have all been there and we will all be there again. Life is a repeat cycle of breaking through one thing and elevating to the next. Please don't shame yourself or be embarrassed for needing a breakthrough. Being able to recognize that there is more for your life is huge. A lot of people never get to that point. So if you have recognized that there's got to be more for you and you are willing to put in some effort to find what that thing is and try some stuff, you're on track. There was a time when I didn't recognize that there was more, that I thought that what my life was that day was what my life was going to be for a long time. So being able to recognize that you're in need of a breakthrough is wonderful. So recognize it, appreciate it, and then thank yourself for being at that point. I wrote a quick sentence to myself for step one. I wrote, Stephanie, just like you have enjoyed feeling complete alignment in the past, you are able to feel that way again. Mine is pretty short, but there's space on the worksheet. You can write more. Write as much to yourself as you need to write to give yourself that grace to say, I am here. I acknowledge that I'm here at this point in my life, and let's go. I'm good. I'm good with being at this point. Now let's move forward. Step number 2 on the worksheet is to schedule some free time to do the other steps on the worksheet, okay? Step number 2 is to schedule a breakthrough day. Again, this is not a day when you will achieve a breakthrough. This is a day when you will work the steps towards a breakthrough. If happiness really is hope plus progress, the design of the breakthrough day is to get you to the point of hope and to show you what progress you can make. Like, what is the first step? If you have hope plus a first step, I would call that progress. And that's happiness, according to Tony Robbins. So if you take some time and schedule some time to work out the other steps on this worksheet, you are on your way. During the live stream a couple of weeks ago, I scheduled my breakthrough day as Tuesday, May 4th, 2021, and I pulled out my phone and blocked that day off on my calendar immediately. If you're like me, you need to actually put it on your calendar, not just say it, right? Not just write it on a to-do list, not just keep it in your mind, but like block off the time and put it on your calendar, or other things will get in the way. Sometimes the other things are like important things and you have to reschedule. Sometimes, honestly, for me, the other things would just be like, oh, look, there's a Law and Order marathon. I'm gonna watch the Law and Order marathon, and then tomorrow still be at the same place that I am and upset that I'm not working towards a breakthrough. So please take a second, pull out your calendar, block off the time. I blocked off no one-on-one calls. I do one-on-one calls with ladies. I blocked off some time for no one-on-one calls, no work on anything that I'm doing, but I blocked off that day where I didn't have to do anything. I wasn't obligated to anyone else. This is easier for me than for some people. So you may need someone to partner with you in taking this time off. You may need to tell someone, here are some responsibilities that I need you to handle for this period of time so that I can work on building the future of my dreams, okay? Please write your breakthrough day on this worksheet. Okay, we're gonna start our breakthrough day by looking back. We're going to think back on a time in our lives when we just felt on fire, when we felt like I am doing it. I'm in alignment with who I want to be. I am living out the steps that it's going to take for me to achieve my dream. That may have been a few months ago, it may have been a few years ago, it may have been a few decades ago. But think back on a time when you really felt fulfilled. Now, this here YouTube channel is not dedicated to having a life that revolves around work. So I hope that you can find some time when you personally felt fulfilled that is not necessarily work related. Now, it may be related to some certain tasks that you did at work, right? There may be some things that you really have enjoyed doing at work, but I hope that this is not related to, I had a certain job. Some of us need to take some time and discover who we are away from our job, apart from that obligation. Now, I had already done step 3 before my breakthrough day. I knew that I loved the time in my life when I was a runner. I loved it. I felt like I was on path to being the person that I would really want to be. I also realized that I have like some specific days in my life that felt really good. One of them was sitting at my Aunt Renee's house. She had like this little loom, and I weaved some pot holders, right? I sat and weaved these pot holders, and then I took them home and we used them in our kitchen for a long time. So the idea of being able to make something with my hands, whether it's useful or just pretty, really appeals to me. I'm pretty creative and I'm a daydreamer, and I like to do like in my head stuff, but that means that I come away with nothing in my hands, nothing tangible. Even like a YouTube channel, I like to talk to you, hi, and I like to make things, create things, but I don't necessarily come away with something that I can hold in my hands. And I missed that day. That day was a really good day when I came home with these pot holders that I could hold in my hands and that we used in my mom's kitchen, my mom and dad's kitchen for literally for years and years, I think until we moved out of that house. And then I wrote down writing, because when I worked for a bank, I did a volunteer project with a school and we worked with the kids to write a book. I wrote a book with some kids, and then another kid illustrated the book, and that was fun. Honestly, I liked my part of writing more than I liked working with the kids, but that's just me. So I wrote down writing as well for step 3, looking back at times in my life when I felt fulfilled or felt like I was in alignment with the person that I would want to be. All right, so step 4 is to look around you, look at your current situation and see what things are calling you. Sometimes there are really loud clues in our current environment about things that we're really being drawn to, but we ignore them because we're stuck in our routines, right? We're used to the habits that we already have and we don't have space for new things, or we downplay our own abilities and we say, oh, but I could never, right? I want to be a runner, but I could never. Or we take for granted some of our special skills. So look around your current environment. You may need to bring in someone who knows you and ask them, like, when you think of me, what kind of things come to your mind? What am I good at? What are my skills? What are my talents and my abilities? What am I taking for granted in my life? Again, take this with a grain of salt, because we're going to have a breakthrough that we want, not the breakthrough that other people might want for us. But for some people, it might be super helpful. I didn't do much looking around at my current environment for step 4. Honestly, I left that spot blank because I felt like step 3 covered it. Step 3 covered it for me. But for you, take a look around, especially if step 3 didn't immediately bring things to the forefront of your mind. Use step 4. Look around your life today and see what things are staring at you in the face. Step 5 is to watch the Over 50 Mindset Makeover, which is a video that Rashida from Sheeta's on the Loose and I together recorded with Linda Husser, who is the host of the Bodacious Black Women Over 50 Facebook group. And she's a life coach. This one video is homework for these 10 steps, because this one video is amazing. I don't have any better way to put it. Linda Husser did a fantastic job of explaining her own personal breakthrough, like telling the story of her own personal breakthrough, being a hairstylist, a hairdresser for 20 or 30 years and not living her dream. And then she also walks us through how she helps her clients as a life coach, how she helps her clients achieve their own breakthroughs, how she helps them get a mindset that says the best is ahead of me, not behind me. So watch Linda's video. You can watch that video at ExodusSummit.com. When you download your worksheet, you'll get the link to watch the Over 50 Mindset Makeover video with Linda Husser. And then step number 6 is very related to step number 5. Step number 6 is just change the input. Find sources, find places where people are talking the good talk, where people are saying, you can do it. You deserve more. You can live your dreams. Find these places, listen to, watch, read these things, okay? So I have my own YouTube playlist called Breakthrough 2021. I've linked to that in the description of this video and in the worksheet. I also would love for you to listen to a playlist called Black Femme Guided Meditations. Black Femme Guided Meditations. A friend of our channel, Micah Lee Christine, has put together a playlist of guided meditations meditations. It's called Black Femme Guided Meditations, but there are some men leading some meditations as well. The RZA actually leads some meditations in this playlist also. So the link to that, of course, is in the description, or you can just find me on Spotify, Stephanie Perry, and you'll find the link to her playlist there as well. I have a list of books on my YouTube channel that I think would help you with a breakthrough called These 10 Books Will Make You Quit Your Job. Of course, I've linked to that in the description of this video, or you can find that at vicarious.com/10 books, the number 10. These books are not all by Black women, but they're books that I think will help you get unstuck. They're books that I think will help you look at your life in all directions, right, in 360 degrees, and see where you can find some more joy. Questlove has a really good book called The Creative Quest about just the creative process. You know me, I think that free time really opens up your mind to new things, new possibilities. And I think the books on this list will help you prioritize free time in your life. And I think that these books will help you see creativity as an option for you. You know, sometimes we get stuck on the make money train. We get stuck on this groove of, but how do I make money from this thing? And, now how do I make more money from this thing? Instead of how do I find more joy? And I think that creativity is one of the keys to joy, no matter how you express that creativity. So anyway, you'll find the list to those books also on the worksheet. So that was step 6, change the input. Make sure that you are reading and watching and listening to things that tell you that you can have more. Step 7 is to bring in an expert, right? If you feel stuck, if you feel unfulfilled, and you cannot figure out on your own how to get unstuck, if you can't figure out on your own what is your path to fulfillment, bring in an expert. Bring in a therapist, a life coach, a counselor. Bring in somebody who does this for a living. There are people who do this. There are people out there who are there to help you get unstuck. So step 7 is to bring in an expert. I have a playlist of Black women coaches called Black Women Coaches, Therapists, and Healers here on this channel. So I will, of course, link to that in the worksheet. These are women who specialize in something, right? If you have an idea that you need a breakthrough in a particular area of your life, find a coach who talks about that particular thing and holler at that coach and ask them to help you with your breakthrough. If during your breakthrough day, you come to the conclusion that what you want is a sabbatical, right? What you want is to take some time away from work, have some free time, live your travel dreams, a sabbatical or a move abroad. I know a coach who can help you with that. Rashida Dow, who is Sheeta's on the Loose here on YouTube, has a program called From Burnout to Bliss that takes you from, I need more from my life, and that more is moving abroad, or that more is taking a sabbatical to work on the stuff that I want to work on for me instead of focusing on my job. From Burnout to Bliss is a group coaching program that will get you there. She walks you through the modules, the actual lessons that you need to learn, the actual work that you need to do week in and week out to make this a reality. It doesn't matter if you can already envision yourself doing this thing, or if it's a dream and you can't yet see a path to it. In fact, if you can't yet see a path to it, this is why you need an expert. This is why you need a coach. If you're feeling fear and the fear is telling you, yeah, not you, okay? Yeah, the other people can live their dreams. You can't live your dreams. And here is a list of reasons why. If you're feeling that, that is when you bring in an expert, okay? If you're thinking, oh, I would love to do it. It's going to take me X number of years, 6, 7, 8 years to do this, but I need it sooner. I don't have 6, 7, 8 years in this job that is draining me. I need this sooner. This is when you bring in an expert. If you're part of Notification Gang, hey gang, and you're watching this video the day that I put it out, From Burnout to Bliss is open for registration right now. Go to FromBurnoutToBliss.co. If you're watching this in the future, hi from the future, then go to FromBurnoutToBliss.co and see when the next time is that Rashida is running this group coaching. Join the waiting list, and Rashida will let you know the next time From Burnout to Bliss is being run. All right. So bring in an expert. I have a playlist of Black women coaches who are experts in particular things. This playlist is super awesome. I've got a Reiki healer who is Yolanda Evolves, who is a fellow Delawarean. There's a video from Frances Liss, who is a TheraCoach, a therapist and a coach. Who is really good at helping people who are feeling resistance in certain areas of their lives. So check out the playlist. Find the coach who coaches or the therapist who talks on the thing that you need help with, and then reach out to them. That was step 7. Now, I have done a portion of step 7 already, so I already have a writing coach. And then for running and for weaving, I'm not at a point where I needed to bring in a coach, where I needed to bring in an expert, because I know what the thing is that I need. But I did do step 10, which is related, not similar, but related. All right, so step 8, do an interest inventory. Just write down the things that are interesting to you. Write down the things that you think could possibly be it for you. You don't, if you've already watched Linda Husser's video, hopefully while you were watching the video, you were able to jot some things down. But step 8 is really just to write it all out. Write down the things that you think might lead you to fulfillment in some aspect of your life. For me, step 8 was a lot like step 3, but for some of us, this is something that's totally new, because step 3 was looking back and step 4 was looking around. Step 8 might be things that we don't yet have any connection to. They just feel interesting. They just feel like maybe this is the thing that I want to do. So do an interest inventory, let it all out. Don't edit yourself. You don't have to decide whether or not it's a good idea. You don't. Just write it out. And then step 9, try anything. We're going to try something new and see what happens. Like I said, I'm not a life coach. I'm not an expert at this. I'm just a person who has had breakthroughs in my own life. And I think that we overvalue the idea of purpose. I haven't even used the word purpose in this video. And I know that's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of women are looking for a purpose in their life. I think that's overrated. I think that we, again, just my opinion, I think that we have the same purpose. I think our purposes are all to give and receive love. I'm a house sitter and I'm a house sitting coach. I don't think that house sitting is my purpose, but I think that helping other people live their dreams is my purpose. And I do that through house sitting, but I could have done it through another path. I don't know that you need to search for a purpose. You just need to find something that sets you on fire. You just need to find something that makes you excited to jump out of the bed every morning. I found that through house sitting and through talking on YouTube about house sitting and through coaching other women through taking a sabbatical or moving abroad. But it could have happened in a different way from a different thing. So try something. Seriously, try something. Now, for my worksheet, because I'm looking on getting a personal life, like getting hobbies and having some fun things that I do for myself, not for money, I wrote down that my new thing that I was going to try is weaving. And when I'm going to start that, I wrote down the start date of May 25th, because that's when I'm back in the US. I'm in Lake Chapala, Mexico, which has a yarn store, and I went in and tried to get some supplies, but I just couldn't get exactly what I wanted. Honestly, I couldn't get what I wanted. So I'm going to wait till I get back to the US, but my start date to try something new is May 25th. That will be the first day, at least, that I will sit down with some stuff in my hands and try to make something. No matter how bad it looks, no matter how hard it is, I'm going to try and make something with my hands for the first time in quite a long time. So pull out your worksheet and write down a day when you're going to try something. That something doesn't have to lead you to like a world-changing life purpose, okay? We're talking joy. We're talking hope plus progress. Like Tony Robbins said, hope plus progress. So that day, step 9, is when you have told yourself that you are going to start seeing progress. Again, the breakthrough day is not about a day that the breakthrough happens. It's about a day when you set yourself up for the breakthrough. So if we need to see some progress in the future, we're going to write down on step 9 the day that future starts. This is the first day of the beginning for us. This thing that you try, you may love it and stick with it. It may lead you to a whole new path in life. You may hate it and then try something else. But you will have known that you have given this a try and that you have the tools in your toolkit to work on something else to get your breakthrough. Okay, so I said that I did not bring in a coach or an expert for running and for weaving because I didn't need that. I'm not at a level where I need a coach for these things. But what I did do is join a community. Step 10 is to join a community of people who have the shared interest. right? Who with that shared interest, this new thing that you're going to give a try, join a community full of these people. When you're trying something new, no matter how big or how small, it always seems more possible, more real to you when you're involved with a community of people who are doing the same thing. So I joined Black Girls Run, rejoined Black Girls Run. It's been years and years, but I used to run with them in Wilmington, Delaware. So I rejoined Black Girls Run. They're a national organization. I had to order some running shoes. So when I get back to Delaware, I'll have some new running shoes there. And then I joined a Facebook group for weavers, for beginner weavers. I think it's for all weavers, but they did say beginners are welcome. So I joined a Facebook group of weavers where people are going to be talking about their work in progress and their successes and their struggles. And that's going to make things more fun for me. It's also going to keep it top of mind. It's going to be harder to forget that I'm supposed to be working on this thing, because hopefully daily I will be seeing input from other people about their progress, and I'll be reminded to continue my own progress. Now, like I said, if your breakthrough day is telling you, hey, I think what I need is a sabbatical, or I think I want to move abroad and become an expat, and you're a Black woman, I invite you to join the Exodus Summit Facebook group. I will link to that in the description. This is a group of Black women who are working towards their sabbatical or their move abroad. If you're not a Black woman, find a group that is for you. Blackset Global is a group led by Krishan Wright for Black people who are ready to leave America. But find a group who is talking your talk and join that group. Community will make your dreams so much more realistic. So find a community of people and get in the water. Get in the water. All right, so those are the 10 steps to a breakthrough. Also on the worksheet, I've asked you to share progress with me. Share your progress. Let me know how you're doing. I've shared my progress with you, okay? So it's your turn. Get down in these comments and let me know, when is your breakthrough day, or when was your breakthrough day? What progress have you made, or how have you set yourself up to make progress in the future? And I can't tell you enough, if you have gone through this worksheet and you still don't have the answers, bring in an expert. Get a therapist, get a coach, get a counselor, get someone who can help you with this. There are people out there who do that, okay? There are experts in breakthroughs, so find one. All right, now please help me by hitting the like button on this video if you like it, and share it with someone who needs a breakthrough. Share the video with someone who knows that there is more for their life and they just need to figure out how to find that more. Please share this video with them. And then don't forget to go here to watch the 10 steps video for a breakthrough. It's a live stream and there are women in the chat sharing their information, sharing where they are today, how they got progress, and how that breakthrough has changed the look of their lives. So watch that video there. And then here I will link to the playlist of Black women therapists, coaches, and healers so you can get good info from them. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Else. There's a full playlist of Black women coaches, therapists, and healers in the worksheet, in the worksheet.